Okay, the next thing I'm going to show you is what an example could look like for your second sheet of math from your Thanksgiving homework packet. So number 1 says a pet store sold 74 puppies in 1 week. So 74 puppies, and that's 1 week. If each of the puppies cost $65, $65, each one costs $65. How much money would they have made? Okay, so I'm thinking there's 74 puppies that they sold in 1 week, and each puppy costs $65. Okay, so this is kind of what I'm picturing in my head. There were 74 of these. So puppies times 74 of them, and each puppy costs $65. Okay, so I'm like picturing a bunch of puppies. There's 74 of them, and each one costs $65. Well, I know that I need the total, and when I need the total, I have to multiply because I have the each, and I have the group. So I'm looking for the total. So need total. That tells me I need to multiply. So I'm going to do 74 times 65. Now, just like the first day's homework, you can show this whatever way works best for you. So I'm going to show you standard algorithm first. 5 times 4 is 20. 5 times 7 is 35 plus 2 is 37. Now I'm shifting to this 6 in the tens place. So that's why I'm putting a 0 here, because I'm shifting to this tens place. So 6, and I'm going to cross it off. 6 times 4 is 24. 6 times 7 is 42. Plus 2 is 44. And now I add. 0 plus 0 is 0. 7 plus 4 is 11. 3 plus 1 plus 4 is 8. And 4 plus 0 is 4. So when I go back to my question, it says how much money would they have made? I know they would have made $4,810. Another way I could show this is my area model. 74 times 65. So I draw my rectangle. I put one factor on one side, one factor on the other. I decompose it into the units. So 60 plus 5. So this piece is worth 60. This piece is 5. 74 breaks up into 70 plus 4. This piece is 4. This piece is 70. Now I need to multiply length times width to find the area of each rectangle. So 60 times 70 equals 4,200. If you're struggling with figuring out what 60 times 70 is, please do not say add the zeros. Please think of this in unit form. So 6 tens times 7 tens. And you know 6 times 7 is 42, and 10 times 10 is 100. So 42 times 100 means you shift it 2 times, and you get 4,200. For this rectangle right here, I do 60 times 4, which equals 240. I do 5 times 70, which equals 350. And then I do 5 times 4, which is 20. To find my product, I would need to add up all of those partial products. But I'm going to show you how to connect this with the partial products, like a list going down. So, and I'm actually going to write it down here instead of up here, so that I have more space. So 74 times 65. Just like I did with the partial products for 3 or 4 digits by 1 digit, I do the same thing. I start in the ones place. 5 ones times 4 ones is 20 ones. 5 ones times 7 tens. I know that 5 times 7 is 35, and 35 tens is 350. And now that I've already done this times the ones place and this times the tens place, I'm done with that 5. I'm shifting over here. So now I'm looking at this 6, and it's in the tens place. So 6 tens times 4 ones. I know 6 times 4 is 24. 10 times 1 is 10. 24 times 10 is 240. And then I have 6 tens times 7, and it's in the tens. I know 6 times 7 is 42, so if you want to show it like this, if you need to, you can. And I know the number 10 times the number 10 is 100. So 42 times 100 is 4,200. Before I add these up, I again want you to see the connection with the area model, so 4,200, 4,200, 240, 240, 350, 350, 20, 20. When I add these up, I get 4,810, which is the exact same product that I got up there. So again, my answer would be $4,810. Next, I'm going to show you an example for the third day or the third sheet of your math homework for your Thanksgiving packet. So the directions say that you need to use the ice cream cone method. So hopefully you took that little orange card home that has your steps as to how you divide using this ice cream cone method. So this symbol right here is saying divided by. So it's saying 286 divided by 5. So I could write that out, or I could already go ahead and do the first step on my orange card, which is use the inverse operation. So I need to write 5 times some number equals 286. So the first thing I'm going to do is label my place values. And next I'm going to go ahead and roll my numbers. So I know if my divisor is 5, that means I'm rolling my 5s. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. Remember that if you're getting confused when you're using your fingers, when you're rolling through your numbers, you can always label these over here, 1, 2, 3, and so on if you need to. All right, so the first thing I'm doing is I'm looking at the largest place value, this 2. And I'm asking myself, can I share 200 scoops with 5 cones? Remember, when you're thinking about the hundreds, think of the flats. Can we share 2 of those with 5 cones? No, that doesn't work out. We'd have to break it down. So we look at the next place value 2. So we're looking at 28 tens. Can I share 28 tens, 28 of those scoops with 5 cones? Well, sure I can. So I roll through my numbers. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. Oops, I went too far. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. I have 5 fingers on my hand. So the first thing I'm going to do is write 5 times 5. To figure out 5 times 5 how many units, I look back up here. I have 28 tens. So 28 tens means I need to multiply by 5 tens, which is 50. I know 5 times 5 is 25. And I shifted it one place for the tens place, so I shift my answer one place and I will get 250. My next step on my card tells me to subtract. I need to see how many scoops are left. 6 minus 0 is 6. 8 minus 5 is 3. 2 minus 2 is 0. Again, I can label these places right here if I need to help myself out. So I have 36 ones. I start by looking at the largest place value because my orange card says go back and repeat steps 3 through 6. So, can I share 3 tens with 5 cones? Can I share 3 of these with 5 cones? No, that doesn't work out. So I look at the next largest place value. Can I share 36 ones with 5 cones? Well, sure I can. So I roll through my numbers. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. Oops, I went too far. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. I have 7 fingers up, so 5 times 7. To know what unit to multiply by, I look back up here. I'm doing 36 ones, so I need to multiply 5 times 7 ones. 5 times 7 is 35. My next step is I subtract. 6 minus 5 is 1. 3 minus 3 is 0. Again, I label the place. I go back to step 3 on my card and repeat the steps again. Can I share 1 1 with 5 cones? No, I can't do that. So I know that because this number is left over, it's my remainder. And I can just ask myself right here, is this smaller than my divisor? It is. So that's how I know I'm kind of on the right track. So the next thing I need to do is I need to get my cone ready. So, put my cone around the numbers I multiplied by, and I add my scoop on top. So 50 plus 7 is 57, and 1 is not enough for a scoop, so I add a cherry, whoop-de-doop. So I know my answer is 57 remainder 1, because I can look right here and see 57 remainder 1. Okay, so remember, if I wanted to check this, I would do 57 times 5, and I would add that 1 as my remainder, and I should get 286. I'm going to go ahead and show you how to do number 12 on that same worksheet as well. So again, I have 902 divided by 9 equals something. So my first step on my card tells me to change it to the inverse operation, which is multiplication. So 9 times some mysterious number equals 902. The very first thing I need to do is label my place values. And I know the next thing on my orange card tells me to roll my numbers. So my 9 is my divisor, so I'm rolling my 9s. 9, 18, 27. I'm going to stop right there for a second. Remember the trick, if you don't know your 9 facts, on the left side in the tens place, you count up. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And in the ones place, you count down. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Okay, so now I'm coming back over here. I'm looking at my largest place value. Can I share 9 hundreds with 9 cones? Can I share 9 of those 100 scoops with 9 cones? Well, sure I can. Okay. So I need to roll my numbers. 9, 18, 27, 36, 45, 54, 63, 72, 81, 90. Oops, I went too far. 9. I have one finger up, so I write 9 times 1. To figure out what unit to multiply by, I look back over here. I'm looking for 900, so I multiply 9 times 100, which is 900. Then I subtract to see how many scoops are left. 902 minus 900 is 2. I label my place value. This is ones. My biggest place value is my ones place. So I'm asking myself, can I share 2 1 scoops with 9 cones? Well, no, this number is smaller. That's not enough to share it equally. So I get my cone ready, and I add my scoop on top. Now in this example, there's only one number in my ice cream cone, and that's okay. So 100. I know my 2 is not enough for a scoop, so I add my cherry. Whoop-de-doop. So I can see my answer right up here is 100, remainder 2. So equals 100, remainder 2. Remember, if I wanted to check this using multiplication, I would do 9 times 100, and I would add my 2 of my remainder, and I should get the dividend from the original problem, which was 902.